Hello and welcome to WrestleCulture. You all right there, Phil?
Yep, not moving. It's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing's different.
For the audio-only listeners, Phil is...
I can turn my head.
I wouldn't.
Look at me go.
I wouldn't do it if I was you. No, don't I feel underdressed?
Yes.
Come on, do the intro.
Okay.
There, yeah.
Relax. Take your time.
Everything's normal.
Got
Yeah,
four
don't-
hats
don't
on.
move.
Just to
We're just normal men.
Yeah.
innocent man.
Innocent man.
Leaving AEW. Triple H, what a coup. All Elite fans will grumble. Ugh. Another Tony fumble. Now that she's finally made the jump to NXT, guess what? It's Mariah May. I'm Anna Wilbourn from WhatCulture, joined by Phil
go.
Chambers, a man who wears many hats here at
Do wear
WhatCulture.
many hats.
And Adam
On a
Nicholas.
hat, on a hat, some people might call this man. Not me.
Not you.
Not me.
Before we get into it, though, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. Daily Wrestling Podcast, where we review Raw, SmackDown, the show formerly known as NXT 2.0. We done AEW Collision pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a round of the week complete with a bloody good quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture. As I said, though, joined by Phil Chambers and Adam Nicholas, live on YouTube. Thank you, everyone, for joining
Allegedly.
us. Thank you already for all your donations
I
and your
don't know
questions.
why I'm doing this.
Just said it when you came in, didn't you?
It's funny because he
I
looks
just
like
saw loads of hats in the corner and thought, I can wear those.
he looks like he's waiting to get in trouble off someone. You know, like, that's the face, that the energy that this, because you're not moving, he's like just waiting to get told off by somebody.
Everything's fine.
I'm amazed that hasn't come off here because
I know.
the top is very
Doing well.
much gone that way, and
Yeah.
we are. It's kind of, some might even call it Twin Peaks.
Oh.
It does
there you go.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not sure.
I like the fact as well that despite this,
You have to be like down here for everybody, for everyone to
can
see.
people
them.
see it? Yeah.
There you go.
Jules in the chat has noticed
good
noticed Adam Nicholas' haircut more than anything.
After all that,
Yeah.
you see,
Under the haircut.
you're working too hard, Phil. You're working too
I
hard.
only needed a haircut.
Yeah. You got different glasses on though.
I do.
Yeah.
I like them.
See, I noticed things.
You notice.
I noticed things. He's been with them all day. He said nothing.
I've noticed
Been
things.
distracted.
It's not
by-
even
The
my
entire
hat.
day. What's
Yeah,
supposed to
He's
do?
always wearing them hats.
Not even my hat.
It wasn't my hat.
It's Money in the Bank this weekend.
Yeah.
Excited? I am.
Money in the hat.
Money in the hat. I'm excited.
I think it's one of
That's
my.
why I'm
can't
wearing
ex-
my
I can't
celebration hats.
I can't express it fully because if I move, they'll fall off.
I love Money in the Bank.
do love Money- you do
Every
love
year
Money
I
in the
get
Bank.
excited for it.
You've never seen one live, have you?
No, I was. We were all hopeful when it
I
came to
was
the
near
UK.
one
You were there
live.
for one.
I was very close to
Yeah.
one live.
You saw it.
Not
You
quite
saw
there.
it happening live, but just not. You weren't there, were you?
I was in the building.
You were in the building, just
I
not.
wasn't in.
In.
I
the
do remember
building.
when they announced, like, they're coming to the, was that 2 years ago? It has to be 2 years ago. Yeah, they're coming to the UK for Money in the Bank. I was like, great, we can go. We can do a big WhatCulture.
Yeah.
Oh, they've sold out. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
they-
the
they
tickets
got-
were
the
prices are
expensive and they
insanely
sold out in
priced.
5 seconds. Good. Thanks.
But we had a lovely night out, didn't we? That was
we?
was my last night of freedom.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we did.
Before Eric arrived, if I
That's
remember
right.
rightly.
Yeah.
So I have such a positive memory of that show, and people were like, "Yeah, it's fine." I was like, "It's one of the greatest shows I've ever experienced." Because me and Hamlet watched it basically as pre-drinks for a night out with Nicholas.
Yeah, I remember that because I remember I got to a point where I was thinking, why did I sign up for this?
Yeah,
And then it went from I was going to come for a couple of drinks
Yeah.
with them before they went off to have to go and party somewhere at it was at Rise.
yeah. It's always at Rise.
Of course.
My
Always
least
at Rise.
favourite place on
Oh,
earth.
is that your last ever night at
That
Rise?
is because I'd already had my last ever night at Rise.
Yeah.
Josh Brown, shout out to Josh Brown because I had it for his birthday, and I told him I was like, I can't do it, man. I was like, I've quit, I have retired, and then but the drinks we had, the vibe was off, wasn't it? In the
Yeah.
couple of places we went, so it was like, it doesn't really feel like I've done it justice for him. And I was like, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think I'm going to have to come to Rise.
Mark Lee Willis has also started a game in the chat. By my recollection, we're about 5 minutes in. People are placing bets as to when the hats are going to fall off.
Ooh.
I'm amazed it's lasted this long. Literally, like 30 seconds before we went on, one of them fell off. So
They were
doing well.
Yeah, I think it's the way that the peaks are. I've said this already, but like it's almost trapped one of them. This one is.
Yeah, it's worked out quite nicely.
You know what I mean?
The science of hats.
It looks like an art installation now at this point. Can't take my eyes off it.
Is the money in the bank?
Yes, I was going to say, I talked a lot about this with Michael Sidgwick earlier, so if you want to know my thoughts, check that out on the podcast.
Oh, what a cop-out. So I'm not going to tell you anything.
Tell you anything.
Well, I'm genuinely intrigued to know your predictions for the winners, because the men's one's fairly obvious, I think it's fair to say. You got Seth Rollins in there, and then making up the rest of the numbers, El Grande Americano, Andrade, Penta, Solo Sikoa, and L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
I don't know. So you're just firmly set on El Grande then, I guess.
I was going to say.
Completely.
Pamphlet's set on El Grande.
Yeah.
Americano. Yeah. I think it's...
On an unrelated note, Chad Gable's working earlier on in the day at Worlds Collide.
I think after the events that took place at Double or Nothing 2025, you would be foolish to assume that the signposted thing is going to happen. The Seth Rollins thing makes a lot of narrative sense. It's a super easy way. Top heel, briefcase.
Yep. Makes sense.
Good Lord, another him with the briefcase every week. Every week. And somehow it was fine then because I just got back into wrestling and I loved him.
The one thing now,
him,
like at least he'll come out with a different briefcase every week, dependent on his outfit.
Didn't even think about that.
Well, you say that, but he's very much going to be wearing black a lot now. So
This
probably
is
just
true,
a monochrome black suitcase.
Yeah.
With all the logo brand is still on it, but it's all black, like Braun Breaker's singlet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess Seth makes a lot of sense. But there's people in there you'd have a case for, right?
I said this with...
They really like El Grande Americano, man.
Really
they
do, weirdly.
love this bit so much.
He was in a match with
So
CM Punk
much.
and who was
AJ
the other one?
Styles,
AJ
yeah.
Styles, and he came out the winner. So I mean, never say never in WWE.
He was the sideshow to people getting excited about Punk and Styles locking up again all these years later. And it's like, well, never mind, guys. Out of the way. You obviously circumstances, but yeah.
Still.
I
Really, really like it.
really
They
like
love it, man. Those video packages at Mania pop me stupid. It's like, this is ridiculous, but they love it. And I think I love it somehow.
And then when Chad Gable loses the AAA show thing, Worlds Collide, and then El Grande Americano can cash in on the AAA World title.
We're on the same wavelength, Phil.
El Grande Americano is AAA World Champion, and that is
I think...
fine.
And then they shut down AAA forever because that's
Yeah,
the
'cause
WWE way. It's now called
that
Triple
history,
H.
last ever champion, El Grande Americano.
I realise it has been used previously for the US title. I think they draw a line at using that briefcase for a AAA title.
I would never
I want
say never.
somebody timestamp that, right?
Yeah.
Timestamp that because Triple H
Smash cut to.
doesn't like the briefcase.
Good point. That
Does
is a
not
very
like the
good point, you
briefcase,
know.
So him finding a way to use it where it doesn't mean he has to take the belt off one of his
Yeah.
top guys would not surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah.
I think if you were a bookmaker, you would say Seth, though. I'm with
Yes.
you there.
Yeah,
Totally
yeah.
agree.
But the women's
yeah.
is wide open. Like,
Women's
Naomi's
is
the
a hell of a
favourite,
lineup. Like
understandably.
the talent in that match, it's going to be really good for.
This is a lineup without, I know she's in another match, but like could have had Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair. Like, I could go on here. Bailey.
Yeah.
You've just not got them.
Naming horsewomen now.
Yeah.
So the horsewomen could have been
Mercedes
in this
Moné, I
match.
suppose, technically. You have Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer,
Yeah.
Julia, and Naomi.
The bit where Rhea Ripley and Stephanie Vaquer go at it, it's going to be quite good fun.
Even just the picture.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, not the picture, the
The
backstage
bit
bit.
backstage
Like,
where it's just, hello.
just money forever.
absolutely.
Money forever.
Money forever.
Good
Money
stuff.
forever. And then think about all the little perverts who are all the little horn dogs out there, the little David Lynch horn dogs, who are going to be like getting excited at the fact she's about to do the Devil's Kiss to Rhea Ripley, who then might herself end up doing a Devil's Kiss to her
On a ladder.
on a ladder. They're all going to just, you're not going to be able to see the briefcase. It's just going to look like there was a snowstorm ran through the arena. Tell me when I'm telling lies. And this is not to take away anything from the fact that the wrestlers in there are insanely talented.
Yeah.
The match, like the chance for this match to completely steal the night.
Yeah.
With the women who, like, three women who've come up from NXT to prove themselves on the main roster. I was going to call her Vicky there. Stephanie Vaquer has been literally there for what, 5 seconds?
Yeah.
She's already like put all the belts on her.
Yeah.
Put
Only like
all
just
the belts
announced for
on
an
her.
actual show. Was it just this week? She like properly announced that she was on Raw?
She's just been on Raw. And by the way, she's working Worlds Collide as well.
Yeah.
Double duty.
Oh,
She's doing
no,
double
obviously.
duty. She would be, I would pick her, or I would just go
White, yeah.
pick her, belt her,
Done.
rocket strap her all the way to the
That's it,
top
leave it at that.
forever.
I really like the video package you put together for her on Raw as well. It's like the first ever double Triple A champion thing, first ever double WWE champion, first ever South American WWE champion, which is nuts. Stop. I'm trying to like lean backwards to keep it on.
He's gonna get to the point where you're like talking like this.
God damn it! I like the video package. Okay, give her the belt.
Yes, I agree. It is. Sorry, Phil. I appreciate what you're saying. It's very valid. But it is a bit like that in the Black Box episode where he goes, yeah, and the code to disarm the door is 6, 7, he's like, there's a Sabutio man in his hair.
But why? Why is it? What is that?
I think fans will be upset if this doesn't happen, but I also really like Naomi winning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So
You can make a
good.
case for him. She's like,
You can make a case for a lot of them.
Yield it up,
to
yeah.
be fair, like pretty much all of them.
Roxanne.
I mean, I'm just going to do this for you. I'll
Well,
listen
to
to
be
what you're
fair,
saying.
imagine Roxanne Perez turning back up to the Judgment Day with the briefcase.
Oh,
Like,
we went through all the
narrative-
permutations and I loved it.
The
Yeah.
narrative possibilities
Yeah.
are there. It's just a
Julia
shame-
doing the Stephanie Vaquer thing, but on SmackDown instead.
Yeah.
It's just a shame he doesn't like the briefcase. If I'm him though, it's like, why don't you just make it good then? Like, if you don't like
Yeah.
it, just
Yeah,
make it
that's
good
true.
yourself.
We all do. Like, I know, like, there's been a history. Was it Survivor Series? Vince was like, I hate Survivor Series. And fans were like, well, we like it. I was like, I'll keep it then, I suppose. There is a history of, like, bookers like, I don't like that. Right, but all of your audience does. Like, if you got rid of Money in the Bank, people would be like, oh, so it's just, what, June?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no more Royal Rumble. What?
Yeah.
Well, how are you going to get the Mania then? What?
You just have to come up with better ideas than cashing it in. That's
Just-
it.
just
Quite
be better.
easy.
People have
Just
come up with
be better.
people also whenever it happens, before even Money in the Bank happens, before even the qualifiers happen, people go, They should have the briefcase, and here's how they should use it to cash in.
Yeah.
Fans come up with better ideas all the time.
I mean, it wouldn't be hard for you to sit in a room and go, right, here's 5 to 10 people. Write down all the possible conceivable ways that we've already done it and how they could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep the list. Just keep it. I'm telling you, you can come up with more ideas. And it's 2 a year. It's literally
know,
2 a year.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, that's all you need. And you've got
And it's not even like the
year to
Clash,
think
really.
about
You've
it.
got a whole group of people for one and a whole nother group of people for the other one.
You just take out, even if you take out 4 months, let's say, right? You say, right, from January to April, you can't do it. Not in terms of like, they're not allowed to, in terms of if you're booking, that's kind of a peak time for us, unless we're factoring that in.
Yeah, you
as
can
a-
highlight on your chart. This is some
Just
narrative
go,
moments here.
oh, there you go. September. That was easy.
Oh, look at that.
I don't like as well when, I mean, I do like it in the moment, but I'm a bit like, you've done it already. When they do the on the night cash in.
But it can lead to some pretty great moments.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
for example, all of the Shield holding the belt in one night was
Yeah.
pretty good.
I might have to go back and watch some old Money in the Banks before this Saturday night. What time is it? Is it midnight start as well for
Yeah, I
us?
think so.
All right.
I'm always 1 a.m. I'm always like, that's too rich for my blood.
Yeah.
Midnight,
Midnight, you
Sounds
really
Sounds better.
Thing is, though,
especially
midnight,
with 4 matches on the card, I'm like, well,
Yeah.
it'll be done by 2:30.
midnight's one of those where you need the show to start really well, though. Like,
And it'll start with a
Yeah.
Money in the Bank
Like,
match. So yeah,
it has to be good, though. Otherwise, you're like, if I'm up and it's interesting, like that
Yeah.
Jade Cargill bursting into the cell at Elimination
Yeah,
Chamber.
that
I was
was
like, well, I'm up now. I was like, you've got me for another half an hour, yeah. And then the rest of it. Went to bed.
thank you to everyone for their comments. I will get to them in due course, but I feel like we do have to mention the
Phil's
big
hats.
story. Well,
If you've just joined us, do not adjust your TV set or computer screen or mobile phone.
yeah,
Podcast people, I'm very sorry.
Yes. Yeah. Well, actually, they're getting fine. They're fine. They just
Yeah.
describe it for them.
I'm wearing 4 hats.
Yeah. Well, there you go. One is a brown Indiana Jones-esque hat. One is a very squashed looking, but it's supposed to be really high American top hat.
And God
American
bless
top hat.
the United States.
One is a very, very trendy and available at WhatCultureShop.com.
WhatCulture.com/shop.
That guy. One of them hats, baseball cap. Good. And the top one
Yep.
is a one that was sent in, I believe, by a fan for your outfit for one of the pay-per-views in NXT.
Yes, that might be right.
Spring Break dude or something? Or
Battleground,
Battleground.
probably.
It ended up in
Battlegrounds.
Battleground. I don't know whether it was sent
Yeah.
in for Battleground.
There you go.
Truth.
Rainbow coloured as well, with a little propeller on the top.
It feels like a hat that little Jimmy might wear.
Picture that. Good.
Were you
You did it.
You did it.
You did it.
Well done.
Were you shocked by? Was it Sunday that news broke? I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, everyone was, weren't they?
It was weird. Like, especially the timing of it. Like,
Yeah.
straight after that. It feels like they knew it was coming and it's like, well, here's your last hurrah
Yeah.
kind of thing with the Saturday Night Live.
That's right. I was
Saturday
getting his
night's
ass
main event
kicked
even.
off JC Mateo.
Well, yeah.
Technically.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But yes.
But still, like, give him a big moment and then see ya out the door. It's just bizarre.
Do you think he knew? Do you think he knew before or no?
I sense not, because didn't they do a bit with like Jimmy Uso where he's like, "We're family, we stick together.
Yeah.
We're gonna team up and take these." Oh, bye.
Goodbye.
Sorry. It just, he felt like a lifer that was just, like, he would always be used in some way. He was always entertaining no matter what they gave him. And he was just always kind of there. And it didn't really matter that he was never going to have a main event push or be like a massively featured wrestler or anything. He was just there forever.
He was great comic relief, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the
Perfect.
Judgment Day stuff.
I will say though, like, it feels different, this one, to me. Yes, I'm sure morale, people were disappointed. Like, you know, if for somebody we've all worked with for ages and you think, oh, it's a shame they're leaving, like they're going to head off.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, my work day will be a little bit less good, but it doesn't, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean bad things. It just means contracts are done.
Yeah.
Everybody's going their own ways. The thing is, when anybody is getting released now, and we talked about this last week, and I'm sure probably the weeks before, like, this relationship they've got with TNA is like, it's right there.
Yeah.
You get released. And I basically imagine we have to do these things now. We're part of big business. Like, the end of year comes round, financials come round. They want to find a way to say, like, oh, that's off the books, or that's on the books, whatever. Like, what's to say that he doesn't get... They're just like, well, look, it's easy to get rid of this contract right now, or, like, not renew it. They do that. He goes off to TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Undoubtedly, if he wants to, could get right back over in all the ways.
Yeah.
And then they go...
Dolph,
We got
Elijah.
We'll get you back.
Yeah.
We'll get you back to something else. Or I know it's a bummer, and obviously if you work with them, it's probably a shame. But like this Evil Empire stuff, while definitely warranted, many moons prior, for much worse, much worse.
yeah.
In this instance, this is just contracts up, and they're not renewing.
Yeah, it's slightly different, isn't it? Yeah, than the you thought you had 3 years and you could just like plan for buying a house or moving to this part of the country. Yeah, you're sacked. 90 days. Best of luck.
Yeah.
I'll
Just
much
announce
prefer
you were
this.
pregnant and they get rid of them. That's
Yeah,
usually
see
a
ya.
good trick.
We get rid of both of them. Your
It's
husband
like
and the wife.
Valhalla's gone. Carlito's gone as well. And there's rumors about more. Like Karrion Kross is in a contract year. I doubt he goes, to be perfectly honest. Well, it'd be weird that they like would renew contracts or re-sign him and what have you when, let's be honest, there wasn't a great deal of buzz at the time. And the moment he is at the peak of his appeal, they're like, well, it's been fun knowing you, Karrion, mate.
Seemingly not pulling the trigger on TV at the same time, though.
This
And
is the thing.
like it is, if you're gonna do it with Karrion Kross, you got to do it goddamn now.
Are they? Maybe that's
you'll
how
miss
they
the
hold that
boat.
over him. Like, you got to sign a new contract and then we'll do it.
Maybe.
Or is this like he's only doing it because he knows his contract's coming?
Maybe.
Yeah.
So he's got nothing to fear.
Yeah, yeah.
If he's like,
Nothing
I'm just
to
going to
lose,
go out
let's
there and
just go.
try my ass off and see what happens. And,
Yeah.
if they just don't want it, doesn't matter how hard he tries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I hope he gets some sort of reward for it. You know, I hope it pays off because he's working his ass off there and I'd like to see something come of it. But ultimately, if they just go like, that's not actually in our plan.
Yeah.
You can work as hard as you want for the next 3 months. They might well do that.
Yeah. At least with the R-Truth thing, he's had a hell of a run.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't really need to work a day in his life from now on.
I would imagine so.
He will always be welcome for the odd like Legends deal thing. You imagine like Ron Simmons doing the damn thing every now and then. Like, you'll have those moments with R-Truth the same way. He'll make a goddamn fortune at the conventions.
He still makes music as well.
And he really doesn't have to wrestle. He's 54 or something. Like,
and he looks 35.
And he looks like the same that he has done for 20 years, which is absolutely
Things could be a lot worse
how that works.
for Ron Killington.
Yeah, I think he's doing all right.
And there might be a Simon Miller interview in, where are we, June? 10 months' time.
Is that right?
Is that right? Stay tuned.
WrestleCon.
Yeah, it feels like that would be MXM levels of interview, I reckon, as well.
It would be good fun, yeah.
I'm really, really excited for that one already. Not that I wish.
He's far too talented to not
he'll be
doing
fine.
something. I'm sure he'll be
even if it's
fine.
not wrestling, like in-ring wrestling or anything, he'll be absolutely fine.
There's also rumours of more, like I say, not just the people who've already gone, carrying across more WWE releases, even more, with the Miz's name being bounced around, which is really interesting. It is the sort of the leg. I know Carlito's not quite the same, but R-Truth, Miz, those sorts of people, are, like you say, those people you feel like, even if they went, you know what, there's no titles in the future for you, they'd have just gone, but we've got this job in the back for you, or just to be a mentor or whatever it might be. Miz being suggested is wild, especially because he's still doing like loads of TV stuff, so he feels like it's just a no-brainer. It's just like, we'll just keep him on the books so people will go, oh, he does American Gladiators. What's he doing again? Oh, Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown or whatever it might be.
I think you can go back to Ziggler, might have been the last one that you like kind of felt was a WWE lifer. And he was like, you realized he was never probably going to reach the heights that like a lot of people wanted him to reach. Maybe he already had done. He'd been world champion and everything, obviously. But like he had a position in WWE that you felt like that would be safe forever. Like that solid mid-carder can always put him into like an IC title feud or anything, and he'll like feel legit and right. He'll put everybody over, and like anyone sort of coming into the company, it's like give him to Dolph Ziggler to make him look good in the first place. And that felt like a valuable role that you could live in forever in WWE, and it wasn't the case for Ziggler. So Miz is in a very similar kind of position, slightly different with the way he's used.
I have to say, I never personally felt that way about Ziggler, because I always felt like he wanted more from it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he definitely did. Yeah,
and like that disgruntlement of feeling like he should be in a different position always felt like it meant he might gamble on himself one day and go and do the thing. Like the sort of Zack Ryder, Cody Rhodes, Dolph Ziggler path. That kind of, maybe one day I'll just be brave enough to go out and do it. And sure enough, he did. But like the Miz is a funny one though, isn't it? Because does he need to keep wrestling? He doesn't need to keep wrestling, does he? He must have like the amount of fingers, the amount of pies he's got his fingers in various different ways, because he's not daft, is he? Yeah. Like he understands. That's why he doesn't work that crazy style, so he can stay like injury free, keep himself in the conversation, whether it's a talk show bit or whatever. Ends up getting that. Remember when he won the belt again?
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw the thing for that when he took it off Drew.
Yeah, because he won off Otis, didn't he? Yeah.
He got the briefcase off, and then Bobby Lashley kicked Drew's ass, I'm sure, and then Miz wins it, and then obviously Bobby Lashley immediately took it off him. Yeah. But he got himself another title, WWE Championship reign. Like,
how many WWE Studios films has he been in as well?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot. That was a run where he was just in them all, basically.
He's got Miz and Mrs.
I've watched it. He's got a lovely house.
He likes playing golf, so he's obviously trying to get in that route as well.
Yeah. And he's a TV host now, so
exactly,
on that John Cena route of that sort of thing. So he ain't struggling.
It's like
cry too many tears for him. I think he'll be all right.
It's only because you haven't heard any of these people doing alternatives particularly.
Yeah,
like you're used to them being there. It doesn't mean that like you can play in one band for 20 years and then if you just decide you're going to play another one, it's not like, oh well, what's happened there?
Yeah,
I just wanted to change.
Yeah,
the company's wanted
really
to change.
Funny to see him in AEW as well. Real funny.
That would be very funny.
Awesome Truth in AEW. Awesome, but like they'll use the letters from AEW and jumble them around.
What's up?
Yeah,
good. That's good branding.
That's good branding.
Oh, no, it wasn't you. What's up? It was you suck, wasn't it? That was the
you suck.
That was their heel.
What are we talking about here?
Hi to John Harrison in the chat, who says, the man behind the WrestleCulture theme, of course, who says, Good Friday, boys. I can't make the live show today. I'm out supporting my lovely lady, Poppy, who is digging with Time Team. Have a great one. That was one I popped out when I came in here, because I was like, Time Team's still a thing.
Wait a minute. We're doing a live show today. John? What's happening?
Time Team still a thing?
What the hell is Time Team?
Do you not remember Time Team? What's his name?
The one from Blackadder.
Yeah.
Tony.
Yes.
Robinson.
Robinson.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Richardson Robinson.
Robinson.
Yeah.
Tony Robinson. Yeah.
Tommy's brother, isn't it?
What's Time Team? What is
Tony
that?
Robinson.
Is it just where he goes and finds things?
Yeah, he
the
just went
guy
digging
who
for
talks
stuff.
like that. And he goes down and finds stuff.
Oh, I found a Roman coin.
Bit of pot.
I do actually. I remember this show. I didn't know.
That's
it was
so
called Time
cool. I
Team.
didn't realise that was still a thing. Best of luck for that, Poppy. And John, hope you're having a good time.
Very British.
See the one who
show,
played
that.
Baldrick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cunning plan.
Yeah. The whole idea of just let's send this like old comedy actor out to dig in the ground
Hey,
for
it
some
works,
pottery. Like, yep.
Don't remember Michael
That'll
Palin
do.
used to go around the world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like
Michael
Michael Palin's
Palin.
around the
It's
world.
class,
thing.
wasn't it?
It was really good.
Like, send these comedians away. They've got loads of
Send
patter.
off.
That's a few
Comedian
of them, Mark, I
does
think.
thing.
Don't need to get a ticket back, if anything.
It's a different kind of send them away.
True, that is like
Jail.
50% of TV is like comedian does thing.
What's
There you
the-
go.
what-
Done.
What was the one? Is it Jack Whitehall who was in AEW randomly?
He
for
did
their
a travel
premiere?
thing. Yeah.
He did a travel thing with his dad.
His
His dad was class, to be fair. And then Jack Whitehall's also there. So it's like, watch half of this show.
I find them really hard to listen to. Between him
Yeah.
and Michael McIntyre.
Yeah.
They're like, if they're like everything that a Geordie man would like flipped, reversed. Ever talk like this, do you? Oh, yes. Oh, good. Nope.
Nope, not for me.
No, thank you. Little posh boys. We'll have less of that, thank you. I also saw Jack White at, what was the gig? Swedish House Mafia
Oh.
in Brixton. And he was at the gig for 10 minutes. Turned up on the balcony with two little ladies
Oh, lovely
and a
ladies.
friend of his. And let's just say he was in no fit state to be watching a gig.
Right.
Got it. Correct.
Mr.
Bit under the weather, some might say.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Flu. Very specific kind of flu.
Yeah. South American. flu. Yeah. Mr. Phoenix says, hey guys, another great WWE NXT TNA AAA weekend is upon us.
Another one.
Another one.
Not another one.
Do you think we see any TNA involvement at Worlds Collide as the Hardys, the Nemeths, Moose, and Joe are all announced for Triple Mania? Also, funny how the people who cried for so long about 2.5 to 3 hours suddenly are okay with 4. I'm not okay with 4, I'll be perfectly
I
honest.
would never be okay with 4.
I'm not even okay with 2. I missed the 1 hour NXT show. Remember that? That was good.
Full disclosure, aside from when it's flashed up on screen, I have not kept up with the Worlds Collide card. I think it's one of those things where, depending on Eric,
It feels weird. I tell you what.
Mr. Iguana.
I saw a picture of Mr. Iguana and I
Yeah.
immediately was like, I bet he loves Mr. Iguana. Here he was, sitting in his big green ass, licking his lips, going, no, Mr. Iguana. I'm in the crowd.
Just an
And I was
iguana.
like, who is that? Who is that? Why does he look like the guy in Blade Runner who with the big glasses? If he took the glass,
I
what's the
know
name?
who you mean.
He
I
runs the
don't know
company
his
and
name.
makes all the replicants.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but yeah. I
He
know
took
what you
his glasses off and painted them green.
mean. You got Mr. Iguana.
That's him, Mr. Iguana.
I love the idea. What if I was a wrestler, but also an iguana?
Yeah.
He's working the
So
show.
nice.
You know,
I've got it.
He could have maximum effort. Or, what if I painted myself green and I had a stuffed iguana? I like it. I'm into it. It's funny.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna watch the whole show, but I will keep an eye on the
I'll watch Mr.
4-way
Iguana.
in the Mr. Iguana match. That's the 6-man tag.
When I was looking at him, I immediately thought of Danhausen, the similar vibe. And then I looked him up on Google and literally one of the, I think it was like the third picture was Mr. Iguana and Danhausen. I was like, this makes perfect sense to me. This is exactly. Simon Miller's going to be interviewing Mr.
Yeah.
Iguana at some point. I guarantee you that. Along with Ron Killen, apparently.
I could easily see some TNA guys showing up, especially in that weird 4-way North American title match. And just keep pushing Shawn Legacy's match back. Oh, Dolph Ziggler's going involved.
Strange.
Nick Nemeth.
Strange times, man.
Very
So
strange times.
It feels like WWE are somehow doing an AEW, like
Yeah.
the melting pot of companies.
I really, really, really hate the rundown that Cole does of the Worlds Collide show because I can't decide if he's just absolutely taking the piss out of it or trying to be serious.
sell it, yeah.
Because it could very easily go either way.
There's another show after it, but if you want to watch this, I suppose, it's up to you. Also, Mr. Phoenix says, after WWE featured the
Just making
TNA
fart
champion
noises the whole time.
in his semi-main,
Collide.
Mr. Iguana, he's a He's a lizard.
Sorry, yeah, I've interrupted you.
No, it's fine. Mr. Phoenix asks, after WWE featured the TNA champion in the semi-main of Mania versus a future Hall of Famer in Randy Orton, could we see Trick Santana 2 at SummerSlam? I mean, they've got 2 days to fill, haven't they?
They do have 2
have
days.
2 days to fill.
I don't quite see that happening, but I think it could easily be on pay-per-view.
Was it any good?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. And, like, it was just random. Oh, top dollar's here.
Yeah.
Michael Havlet not enjoying it so much. Bit of a grumpy boy around NXT.
You know why, though, don't you?
Was he on his, because he's already getting poorly?
I mean, that's probably
feeling
part
sorry
of
for
it,
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
No. Dragging aside all of
Just
his
still the come down from WrestleMania.
personal issues, yeah. Put all them to one side. It's very seriously like WWE's doing. It's copying. WWE's copying AEW's bad year homework, which was copying their homework
From many bad
years. Like when that little run where AEW went on, where everyone was like, "This is rubbish now."
Yeah.
Everyone was saying too much sports entertainment, too much trying to be like WWE, blah blah blah. And that was this period where there was things like they were bringing in other companies, they were trying all these weird shtick bits, and
Yeah.
they're not doing it now. That's why he's upset.
I think he's going to be a lot
again.
happier after this weekend because I feel like they're going to be like, well, there you go. We did the AAA thing. So we bought the company and done a show. Yeah, that's the problem. And then all eyes, well, aside from the Saudi bit, all eyes will be focused on SummerSlam after this. But I could easily see them putting some surprising matches on that card because they're going to have 2 nights to fill. And there's only about 3 or 4 matches I can automatically think, or people, I should say, that
They managed to do Mania without any extras. So
They'll
I
find
think
some
they'll be
big.
fine.
Got plenty of options for big matches for
Yeah.
those shows as well.
This is nice to hear. David Esposito's been on. David says, hey, boys, just want to update you on some good news. Finally, David.
finally.
David, I'm sick of hearing
Sigh of
bad
relief.
news from you. Let's go.
I landed my dream job yesterday, all thanks to the snake mug, no doubt. Cheers, fellas.
Yeah.
Is the snake mug still surviving?
Yeah, still a snake, still a mug.
Still all in
So
one
good.
piece?
Still delicious to drink from, obviously, not to eat
Obviously.
because it's a mug and it's not really food. I thought I did it once. I was like, I can't bring it every week because then I've got to bring it in, fill it up with alcohol, drink it, then I've got to stuff it full of kitchen rolls and take it home so it doesn't. Yeah, it's too much. But it was
And there'll be people who'll see it on the stream and then they'll be like, there he is. It's the snake mug guy. Get him.
snake mug guy.
Get him back. Get him back.
I do love that mug though.
Yeah. It's
a great mug.
Good mug. What's the dream job? Is the question.
To be a snake mug, obviously.
Of course.
Haven't you figured that out yet, Phil? And here he is now, David Esposito. See? It all works out. Yeah,
good.
let us know what. Unless it's you want to keep it
Well,
private
yeah,
to
this is also
yourself.
true.
Might be a rude dream job.
Ooh, dream job.
Well, congratulations
Yeah,
either way, David.
congratulations.
And I'm glad to hear things are going better.
Yes.
Going to kick some ass
Definitely.
in 2025.
Get it.
Whatever's left of it.
Steve Nicholas has been on saying, g'day, legends.
Nicola Kapoulis.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Nicola Kopoulos. Any of them? Is that anything?
Is that something?
Says, g'day, legends. First, it's Bendigo. Beautiful town. Because second, Mariah May is in NXT. Fantastic news for NXT. Do you think she'll be fast-tracked to the main roster like Roxanne Perez or slow like Sean Spears? What a get, by the way.
Ooh, Sean Spears.
Mariah May.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't a naysayer. It was.
I get it was like a nice sort of self-contained bit in AEW,
Yeah.
but you can't tell me that AEW wouldn't want her to do more.
Yeah, definitely.
in terms of it, narrative end to end for her.
Yeah.
I mean, like, who's topping that for that first year in a like that first run in a company, like end to end, like the nice neat bow and everything.
Yeah.
Start off as a mega
That's like
fan.
a territory era run of we'll come in, we'll plan this, and then you'll go.
I hope they do more of that sort of thing. Both
I know,
companies,
yeah.
yeah.
Really, really good. Good stuff. She is falling into this part of WWE that are just like hoovering, doing the Tony Khan thing. And I hope it's just like based on what we saw in AEW, there's no way she's not gonna smash it. And
Yeah.
feels like it makes a lot more sense now. The JC Jane title win
Yeah.
feels like that suddenly everything's clicking into place there. Because I'm thinking, do you want her to go over one of your top women in NXT, or do you want her to go over? Not that JC Jane's the top woman in NXT, but she's certainly not one of the women they had pitched as the next in line for the belt.
And I do feel like in a different world, not even in a different world, in 12 months ago, right, they signed Mariah May. If what she's done all the stuff in AEW like she did, but it's 12 months ago in WWE, she walks onto the main roster. The problem they have now is, and it's a nice problem to have, right, well, we've got Becky back. We've got Charlotte back. Rhea Ripley's quite good. Tiffany Stratton's killing it. Bianca Belair, I could go on here.
And all of those women that you've just
then-
mentioned aren't even... There's only one of them who's in the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah.
Yeah,
EO's
I was going
champion.
to say, like, just the Money in the Bank match itself is stacked, but you've got Stephanie Baker, Julia, Roxanne Perez, all just come up from NXT.
So it's kind of works out quite nicely in terms of like, well, we need, we've already got Jordan Grace as well, who knows when she's going to move up. But like, they've got now a big gap within NXT of like, they've got really talented women there. I put them over on Wednesday talking about the likes of Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan,
Well, they did the shot, didn't they? And they did it for that reason, where Stephanie Baker was walking towards the match and had her walk through like basically the guard of honor we had of like all the women who are next in line or who could fancy themselves for that belt. And you're looking at them all going like, yeah, you know what? It's good lineup there.
So I think they're not necessarily saying, right, we need to teach how to wrestle Mariah May. But it is just a case of, do you want to just hang around here till, let's say, January?
I think it's best for her to hang around a bit and let the main roster stuff, like there's lots of new people there that'll be getting a lot of attention. Wait for that to all die down a little bit and be a bit more of a attraction when she does go up. Like, it makes way more sense for her to stay in NXT for a while.
Be the queen of NXT for a while.
Yeah.
Like, literally, there's like how
Feud
many
with Jordan
people...
Grace for a few months.
Yeah,
it's
a
an
great way of
amazing
just proving
series.
yourself that you can be the top player. Like, it's obviously a much smaller scale than the main roster, but like you can still prove that you're a top player. Like, like Asuka and like Bailey and stuff.
They're the ones you got to look at. I mean, well, even like Kairi Sane, Ember Moon, they were all there for. I know it's different now. I know like the formula for NXT.
Yeah,
the formula for NXT, how they would do it now is very different to what it was back then.
Yeah.
In terms of people getting up on the roster.
There was
like,
a pathway now.
Well, yeah, exactly. But they used to like hold off for it. It was literally 2 years. Basically, stay here 2 years and then you go. And then if you make it, great. And if you don't, well, we never knew you. But yeah, I'd like to see someone just have her make that brand his, entirely his. There's no way you're gonna just wedge yourself in that. There's too many women, and like not enough being done with them. Oh God, what podcast is this? It's every 5 years. What's happening? But Evolution as well.
Yes.
Yep.
Right around the corner. And she's always made it clear that she's very much a WWE mega fan at heart. Have you seen all the tweets to Triple H? Good God. If you haven't seen these, go and find them. Mariah May been tweeting Triple H.
She marked out for like that they used to, they were like, well, we haven't got any pyro anymore, but we've got a graphic that no one in the arena can see. Remember that? The one of like Roman Reigns going like, oh, she was tweeting like, this is amazing. I was like, all right, pump the brakes a little bit, Mariah, on that one.
Like, the amount of Triple H tweets it is nuts. It's actually like the character she played in AEW, but if you had to come in and be, basically our plan is to become Triple H's, like take Triple H's job. That's what it should be. You could go back and use all those tweets. Hey, Triple H, here's a tweet again. Here's a picture of me with a picture of you. Isn't it? Like, I love all this. I'm at Mania. It's like, oh, what is this? Chill your beans, lady.
You can bring back Stephanie McMahon, put them both in a match together at Mania.
Yeah.
And you got yourself a story, guys.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were writing gold tonight, Phil. Cash that check. What is that? I want to look at that now. She comes in all Triple H-y on her bike.
Yeah.
Mariah May. Get her on start her off on the podcast. So you liked WWE for a while? Yeah, I've got some tweets of yours actually. Yeah, I want to go through with you. They're to my husband.
Yeah, you could do with Stephanie's Places. Or what's the other one she does? She's got two now.
I know, yeah.
Oh, really?
What's your story?
What's your story?
What's your story?
Is that right?
Is
that actually what it's called?
What's your story? What's the story of Balamori? Stephanie wants to know.
Yes, what's your story?
So what's your story?
You got what do you want to talk about with Cody Rhodes? What's your story? And then
every episode, like, hey, what do you say? What do you know? What's your story?
Hey, AI, can you name my podcast for me?
And do the picture of me. So you could do an episode of What's the Story? What's your story? Or Stephanie's Places, and then have it basically it cuts short immediately at this having a fight.
Yeah.
And Paul's like, whoa, ladies, what's going on? I'm Paul, the game, the Vic, Triple H.
Hey there.
Hey, just spits water everywhere. What are you doing?
Spits water.
Spitting water.
Rob says, good morning, gents. I live here in Dallas. Lucky bugger. I was wondering, should I attend All In by myself? I want to go, but my friends are busy. Have you ever been to a show by yourself? Side note, I wish you guys were coming. So do we, Rob.
I think if you want to go and watch wrestling, or if you want to go to a gig, or if you want to go to the cinema, go by yourself. Great time. You will have a great time. Or find, if you really, really don't want to go, just find people who are going. Like message boards and that, whatever. It's the world's a big old place now. Go and find it. What was the guy's name?
Rob.
Rob.
If anyone wants to go to All In,
If anyone wants to go to All In with Rob, let's figure this out. Let's WhatCulture matchmake.
It's like blind
friends
date, but with
or more. Who knows?
That's up to you.
Yeah,
Not gonna force you.
we got a good community. How many times have people like who've watched our stuff connected and then gone and watched shows together?
There is quite a lot. Like even just people who have come to like our live shows and things have like been coming alone and not really wanting to go alone, but have found people like through just general fandom and like, online and community and things.
Long-term friendships like.
Exactly, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Or, alternatively, go by yourself. I think you can have a great time by yourself. Don't let the stigma of doing things by yourself stop you from doing that. That's stupid, ridiculous. Otherwise, you'll do nothing. You'll sit in the house and be bored forever.
I'm so excited to go to the cinema by myself.
Yeah, you keep talking about it, but I don't see you going anywhere.
We've just got childcare issues.
You keep
We'll sort it out.
talking about it.
Mission Impossible still
You're
in the
so
cinemas,
excited
right?
about a lot of things, but you're still not doing a lot of
We'll
them.
get around to it.
How was
You
the
ever finished
car when you
Spider-Man?
listened to the car? Was that
Just
good?
can't wait to sit down and listen to that.
Yeah.
Just listen to the same 50 songs on my Spotify every year. One new one might sneak in. Oh,
I
Daddy
love
Fred.
that, the idea that your Spotify Wrapped is just the same every year.
Every
like
single
same
year.
positions. They change the bits that they do on the actual app, but yours is all top five is always the same. Top songs always the same.
It's pretty much.
That's funny, man. We should do that as an experiment now. I'd like you to start taking screenshots at the end of the year. Compare and contrast.
Matt Rains, hi to Matt Rains as always.
Hiya, Matt.
Says happy Friday, brothers. Hope you have a great weekend. You too, Matt. Wilbourn, I'd like to venture a guess on the PK taker with the best conversion rate in the Premier League. Not sure if Ivan Toney has taken 50. He has not taken 50 penalties. So he is not the correct answer. But
So what was the thing?
penalty takers with the highest successful conversion rate.
Tim Flowers.
It's not Tim Flowers. I don't think he's
Phil, I
taken
think you were
50.
close there.
Matt Letitia also has taken, I think, 49, so just misses out. But the number one will shock you.
Is that true?
Yes.
Are you
All right,
doing a bit?
YouTube boy.
Yeah.
It is, I swear down, it's astonishing.
Him on the thumbnail. Him on one side, the dead man on the other. Like shocked faces.
Oh, boy, Matt Rains also pointing out that Mariah May tweeted in 2017 how much she loved WWE, and that was when Jinder was champion.
Yep. I'm telling you, man, she
love it.
was a dyed-in-the-wool, proper hardcore WWE. Like, I'll tweet about it all day, every day. Fan. And that is going to look fascinating. The more you dig, the more you'll find.
Steve Nicolopoulos has been back on, saying, with Anthony Bowen's run being a bit hit and miss, yeah, that's fair, who should Billy Gunn strap himself to next?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Could he take Luther's spot next to Tony?
No, Road Dogg. Get back out. Just get away. Go behind the scenes somewhere, Billy. Like, fair play. Man's kept himself in good nick.
Yeah.
Man's a giant. Does
Got it.
not...
Ask some truth.
Very good.
Nailed it.
You are right. Look at you with your hats. They're doing something to his intellect, those hats. He doesn't need to strap himself to anybody. I feel like he just needs to go and do his own thing somewhere. Way over there.
Tactical Penguin says, Sidge's rant on NXT about the hypocrisy from Fed fans was music to my ears. Having the best women's division isn't much when you have the worst men's. I mean, I disagree on that, but, you know.
Fervently, I would imagine.
Yes. On every point.
Every point.
Single point.
But, yes, I'm sure the debate will rage on into next week, next month, next year, probably.
This producer,
Forever.
let's just say this producer has been watching the pendulum swing and has been keeping receipts from as far back as when the pendulum was well on the other side. For everyone involved, I should point out. And I'm watching it unfold before my very eyes. I'd like to make sure the happiness levels and sadness levels are maintained for both, and we'll see.
Have a sadometer on the podcast. see where his person is.
A sadometer. Sounds kind of bad, that actually. Now.
Yeah.
What's the Always Sunny episode where they're doing the law suit thing, and they're like on the fence, and then either side you can have like a little whiteboard and you move yourself around depending on what's happening
Yes,
on
I do
WWE.
remember
and
that.
I remember. I can't
TV.
remember what the things say
You
though.
have WWE on one side, AEW on one side, and on the fence in the middle. And
Basically, I would like.
just giving you a whole nother podcast there. I mean, you're
I
welcome.
mean, yeah, thank you. I mean, if you've got some more staff around, that would be great as well. What we should do though is, if we ever had the time, and it's really hard because I don't know if you know this, but they do a lot of podcasts per week. These guys,
They do quite a lot.
but I would quite like
do.
to get the footage of them talking about one thing. Let's not you and this is not specifically all three of you in your own varying lanes and zones. Get the footage of you talking about your brand in one way, negative or positive, and then get the footage of them talking about the other brand where the same thing has happened.
Yes.
And watch how differently all three of them talk about it.
Hypocrisy.
It is absolutely mental. I don't think they know they're doing it.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I mean, to some extent, you're like Mr.
Would be
Pull
quite
the
funny,
pin
yeah.
hand grenade guy over there who's just like, well, trouble. Off you
I like
go.
what I like. Subjective, come
I
on.
like what I like, which is causing trouble. Yeah.
And, look, congratulations, AEW, things swinging back in their
I
way.
can already hear it in his voice before he's even started.
They're doing great stuff. They're almost catching NXT in terms of viewership, apart from the 500,000 they've got on that app of theirs. But let's not forget there's a CW app as well. So both companies could make up numbers about extra viewership. But anyway, Tactical Penguin says, my Money in the Bank spot is a Frankensteiner off the ladder. I love
Hello.
it when people pitched up. Well, I don't have to do it. So let's do it.
So that'll be fine, right?
Is anyone ever going to top the Kalisto one? I mean, that was, to me, that's the... I mean, obviously, I know you've got Edge doing the spear and that.
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
historical. But
Yeah.
that Kalisto one, I remember thinking, what on earth are you doing? When you break it down, it's not insane. It's one of the Usos taking a back bump
Yes.
through ladders
Yeah.
as he does an acrobatic, but because it looks... But obviously, he's still got to land on his ass.
Yeah.
And it blew my mind that. I remember thinking, you're going to die.
Could have died.
You're going to die.
I'm fairly certain, I was doing some research for the quiz, which we will get to, by the way. I'm fairly certain that one, like OMG moment of the year at the Slammies,
Yeah.
over Seth Rollins cashing in at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like, that's how, Jesus it was.
It was. I remember watching it going, yeah, he can't. He's not. You know when your wrestling brain goes, well, he's not going to do that. They're
Yeah.
going to tease it, and then something else is going to happen.
Yeah.
And then he did it. It's like,
He just did it.
where you going? Where you going with that? Oh, sure.
Kenny Osprey says, happy Friday, lads. Another guest for the PK conversion. Is it Balotelli? He is on the list.
But
He's
he
not
wouldn't
number
have
one,
taken
though.
that. He wouldn't have taken 50 pence, though.
Also-
It'll shock you.
Yeah. Not in terms of I don't know, Fabian Barthez or something like that.
Is it like, how many did, so they've taken 50.
You have to take at least 50 penalties, and you have to, whoever's got the
highest
highest
conversion
percentage of conversions.
Mark
I think it's in
Noble.
world
Is
football.
it Mark Noble?
It's not Mark Noble. It's not Mario. Mario Balotelli is in the top 12, though. I will say that, Kenny.
Is it Jamie Noble?
It's not.
Close.
Does Mariah May get proper
That would shock you,
feathered?
though.
Get proper feathered and get called Julie June. I really like that.
I would be down for that. I have to say, you got sometimes when you go, can't believe I've let that happen.
Oh, that's what I survive on, basically.
Just floating through. I wasn't even looking. I was on our work Twitter, posting the usual socials, and I just scroll down and see it, and I was like, has he just done that? No, it was 20 hours ago. And he's taking a picture of the sign in Tesco that said Margarita May and says something like, I think Tesco might have nailed this one. So.
And I took it a few days ago, obviously,
And he
because it's
took it.
June already.
Yeah.
I've had that in the back pocket. I was just waiting.
It's got nothing to do with the fact that I'm sure the sign was probably just still hanging there, was it?
No, I got it in.
Was that-
in? I can tell you when it was.
He probably can as well because he keeps his records. But
In
yes,
May.
this is him all over.
Yeah.
I gave it away. I was like, I can't believe it. I popped for it. I went, you son of a piece of trash. You got me again.
26th of May.
So what was did you take it for Sidge originally just to send him and say,
I
it's
took
Margarita
it,
May? You like margaritas?
It was a combination of both. I knew Mariah May was in the conversation, and I was going to pop the boys, and then I also just completely forgot I had this photo, and then I went.
What did you?
Sometimes I've got gold in my back pocket.
What did they suggest calling her?
Julie June.
Julie June. That's funny though.
That is good.
Mariah May or. Come on, Phil. You've got four hats on. Give me a good one. Thanks, Phil. Wilbourn. Other than Margarita May. It's got to be like.
I did get done by the Wrestle Oops account that said she was going to be called Mariah Saints and be a shoot relative of Ricky. And I was like, what? Oh, it's Wrestle Oops. Okay,
that would have been very funny though. Or she just comes in and calls herself Ricky Starks.
Yeah, Ricky Lake.
Raquel Starks.
Ricky Ricky Lake.
Yeah.
What about Ricky Lake?
What about Ricky Lake? What about it? What
are we doing?
What about
it, guys?
What's happened here? What year is this?
Trisha.
Trisha.
Jerry. Why not?
April. There you go.
Good.
Ooh, April.
Mariah
New
March
York,
is
New
very
York.
funny as well.
Mariah March
March
is
is
really
quite
funny.
good, yeah.
Surely she's going to be something wildly different, isn't she?
Yeah.
Like so ridiculously different. Tony Thunder. Let's carry it on.
Her real name's Mariah May Mead.
Ah, there you go.
Mariah May Mead. Is May Mead one word or is it May hyphen Mead?
No, Mariah space May space Mead.
So
I've said it like
about,
writing it out.
What about Huntress Hurst Helmsley?
Huntress. Look, those hats. You should wear those hats more often, you. And maybe it's
The next work meeting we have. Sorry, this helped me think better, actually.
Every live
needs it
show we
now.
do now, we're just wearing them. And there's another hat on top.
Just keeps getting more and more.
We should just glue them
And the
on.
smartest man
Make a bit
alive.
of it. Yeah. You're like walking through hills.
The wonderful Mimi Burress has been on.
Hello.
Hi,
Thank you, Mimi, as always. Says, hello! Working in a shop outside in the summer in Florida would be miserable without you guys. I think you're lying there. First half of that sentence sounds like a dream.
I
I don't know,
thought that sounds
outside in Florida in the summer, I don't think so. Not for me.
too hot.
Way too hot.
Not for me.
Way too hot.
I like
way
it
too
hot.
humid.
You love
That'd
it.
be
Yeah.
fine.
Famously
I got
loves it
horrifically
hot.
sunburned camping last weekend, but
Famously loves the heat, this guy. Loves it.
Mimi says, thanks for all the content. Number one Wilbourn mega fan. Thank you as always, Mimi. Also, is there anywhere I can get old tour merch? She asks.
Oh, well, depending on what merch you're after, WhatCulture.com/shop. They're all shipped by us, so they might have a sticker in them. You never know. Oh dear. But they're all available. There is worldwide postage, but the American postage is quite expensive because we're posting them from the UK, so it's quite expensive. But it's there. Very limited sizes.
Yeah. You're going to get one of those hats.
You might get a hat.
Yes.
Who knows?
One of those hats. I like that. Buy the merch.
You
What
might.
you get, who knows?
You might get something.
You might get a t-shirt. Might not.
Lovely to read this again. Mr. Phoenix says, I did my best to share Phil Senior's fundraiser. How's it going?
Hey.
Andy too as well. Yes, Andy is doing a cause very close to his heart, running the Great North Run after the passing of his late father. And we talked about your dad's one very recently.
He
How's it all
has
going?
started doing his walking. I think he's already at like 19 miles or something stupid.
Oh,
He's
is it
only been
cu-
going for a week.
Currently doing it.
Yeah, he's doing it across the course of the month. He's going to walk 60 miles, but judging by his first week, he's going to walk a lot more than that.
Yeah. Stop!
Stop! You've done enough. But the link
600 miles.
600 miles. The link is in my pinned tweets at Phil My Chambers if you want to go and donate. That's the word I was looking for. But thank you very, very, very much to everyone that has already donated. It's at like £1,200 or something like that. Absolutely smashed his goal. And he is very, very pleased with all of your lovely comments.
That hat's getting
Almost
close.
went.
It's
I
getting
heard it
real
then.
Almost
close.
went.
It's getting
So
real
thank
close.
you very much, everyone. You're all lovely people.
See ya.
Tomorrow. Right, Phil, I've got a crick in my neck.
I'm amazed it's still on.
It's doing very well, to be fair.
And the more it tilts, the more it's starting to look like the last bottom hat's looking a bit like a pimp hat.
The more it tilts when I put it back. It's like it's just
It's 'cause the
really
weight of
wants
it.
to go.
Got the weight of the world on your hat. That's the way that.
That's where that sentence
That's
goes.
how that goes.
Congratulations to John Catter, by the way.
Hang on, I'm not clapping until I know what I'm clapping
Two
for.
of the worst takes I've read all week.
There
it is.
Genuinely, thank you for your donation. Sorry for taking the piss. John wants us to scrap Money in the Bank. Realistically, we already have 2 gimmick PLEs, and it adds nothing considering half the time they don't know what to do with the winner. I admit that they sometimes just put it on people and go,
I'd say
what do we
that's
do
not
now?
Unfounded.
That's not an unfair criticism.
And I'm sure you'll be with me on this one. John also says, can they just release The Rock, please? Come on, John. Come on.
Hey,
Come on.
hey, John.
There's a button here. That one.
Go on.
Hey. You all right?
Using The Rock against The Rock.
I
I mean,
know,
the
yeah.
idea's just been made. So
And Steve Nicholas says, JC Mateo, more like, JC, you've got no fucking mates, EO. Sidge. Making it work for myself here.
yeah. So it's like made zero.
Yeah, EO.
Like JC made
Zero.
made
Mito.
so.
And Dougie Doug. Dougie Doug, I don't know if Dougie Doug is a relation of Julie June or not. Dougie Doug says, what if Jade tried to stop Naomi from winning the briefcase, but Jordan Grace attacked Jade, helping Naomi win Money in the Bank?
Hello.
Seen a lot of
Jade
people.
versus Jordan Grace might implode the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That would
insane.
look ridiculous, that match. But also, what if she accidentally just takes the case down herself? She's not in the match, but she's holding it.
Like, oh.
Like, what's his name?
James
Ellsworth.
Ellsworth, yeah.
The first ever
First
women's
ever
match.
women's Money in the Bank winner, James Ellsworth.
Good. Thanks.
Honestly,
No,
there
there
is a list in this, obviously. It'd be a mile long. I know it's Vince, so people just go, yep, sounds good. But did no one go, oh,
I bet
that's
they
a
did.
bad idea?
I bet they did, and then I bet they were immediately fired.
Yeah.
Well, at least one person did and was immediately fired, and everyone else was like, I'll just agree with everything he says.
I don't care. Just
not
as
my
long as I
show.
get to do the cameras.
Beep, boop, boop. La, 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 la.
Cut.
In my head, it's in the edit. It's like, I'm making movies. This is my Oscar submission. James Ellsworth. Crowd go wild. Oh no, they don't go wild at all.
But it's okay,
I will
because
fix
nobody
it
knows
post.
it's me, because there's no credits.
Quick cuts. Good stuff. I don't miss that at all.
No.
I don't even think we knew how bad it was back then. Like,
Well, we knew it was bad.
no, because I think we didn't really. It was
We didn't
just the
know
norm.
how
It
bad.
was the
Yeah,
norm.
that's
So you,
true.
the level of
was just
mediocrity that we
Especially when you
settled
see
for,
old clips resurface now and you're like, what's
my God.
happened there?
usually by people on those accounts where they're like, God, this was goated. And it's like,
Was it?
oh, look, man, this was so amazing. It's Dean Ambrose, and the telly's exploded in his face, and he's lost to Bray Wyatt inexplicably for wires that were attached to the bottom of the ring. What are you on about? Like, it wasn't goated at all. It was, not going to swear, because I want to go home, and I don't want you to have extra work
Thank
to do.
you.
It was not good.
Not good.
But at the time, I didn't know any better. I just started watching again, so I was like, this is quite good, actually.
It's keeping my attention.
Not watching it. Some wrestling.
Yeah.
There you go. Pretty good, this.
I still can't get over the fact that Hamlet has never had like a period where it's just like, I'm not going to watch for 6 months.
Yeah, that's unhinged.
Yeah, it tells you a lot about the man.
It tells you a hell of a lot about the man.
Yeah.
But it is genuinely unhinged.
We were talking about this on the pod the other day, where it was like the first time I'd ever noticed how, like, obviously knew he was a big wrestling fan. I would have just
Yeah.
had him in the bracket of wrestling fan in the old office. But then when AEW was created, I didn't realize just like his like strong biases were coming out. This like idea that I'm still fighting for this company, like. Obviously, the other guys, like the Murrays of the office and the Sidgwicks of the office.
Yeah.
I like to think you and I were always in the middle.
Yeah.
We were like, and you as well.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just cool watching wrestling.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought Hamlet was. But then I was just watching him he was like messaging me so mad about certain things, and I was like, this is a lot, man. Like, what is this? Like, I just hate this idea that WWE's rubbish now. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize this, and I should have known. Now it's undeniable and
Got
unavoidable.
ourselves a Mariah May over here.
Yeah, I was like, and then I was like, this explains the dancing at the shows with his cousin Nick.
Yeah.
It's like, this wasn't just a bit. This
It
is
wasn't a
life
bit,
for
that was
you.
just them actually doing it.
No, I get it.
Michael May.
And then somewhere along the road, you just became. You never even used to watch NXT. I know, obviously now it's better. Obviously,
It was the 2.0. Like
Yeah.
I was never fighting for the title. Yeah, when it was
It's like you tagged in and I
Dirk
tagged out.
NXT.
That was
Yeah.
it. It's like not in a bad way. I was like,
Yeah, me too.
the pandemic was too bad for me.
Yeah.
And then I saw that era and I was like, that looks really fun. But I've tagged out and it's 1 or 2 hours less of wrestling than I have to watch a week. I'm in. I'll let you enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it looked amazing.
I was forced to watch. Not forced. It's a fun part of my job, I should say. But you know what I mean in terms of
forced with money.
I would sit through that latter era Dark NXT when AEW was just producing magic, and it was like I was genuinely begging them to, and thankfully with the hockey they had to move nights to move NXT because I was there on like a Thursday morning going wow, Smash Through Dynamite, look at this, what an amazing show, they got all these young talents and all these new storylines and everything's possible here. I gotta get through people hitting each other so hard they break each other's jaws.
Yeah,
that's no fun, is it?
Oh, Kyle O'Reilly, what's your gimmick? Call me Cool Kyle, but also I'm hard. Right, what's your gimmick, Finn? I'm a demon, but I'm really hard
And cool.
and cool. All right, cool. What should we do? Break your jaw. Break your jaw. All right, jaw break. Sound. What? Why, lads? Why? You've got loads more to offer. What's going on? Just break your jaw. It sounds good to me. Bam. Aha. Food to a tube, eh?
How many stars for that one, Dave? Huh?
1 star, 2 star, 3 star.
Right, anyway, enough of all this. It's now time for a bloody good quiz. And this week's quiz
Hang
is
on.
brought to you.
Have you picked somebody for this yet?
I had someone in mind, but I will.
Because I would quite like to ruin someone's day, if I may, and put forward a sponsor / so this needs to be a decent quiz, no pressure.
Well,
I would like to say this quiz is the sponsor by doesn't really make sense, but it's
Brought
like
to you by.
brought to you by, in association with, in honor of my best friend Danny,
hey,
who got married at the beginning of May, not Mariah, at the beginning of May, spent his entire time there in Italy with his new wife, who he had eloped with to Italy to get married. And they're having the wedding party tomorrow. It's happening tomorrow.
Oh.
So for the first time, all of his friends and family will all be in the same place doing what is essentially the wedding.
Yeah.
But
that's awesome.
in Newcastle. So the quiz is dedicated to him.
Congratulations,
And his
sir.
new bride, Cheryl,
Congratulations to Danny and Cheryl.
who will be very, very drunk tomorrow, I can imagine. And I don't know if I'll be able to tell many of the stories.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'll try.
So you forgot a wedding gift, is what you say.
No.
Oh, okay. This is
I
a
actually,
bonus.
I tell you what we'll do, because they'll never listen to this until I
What?
show them it. Well, okay, maybe they will. No, obviously, they listen all the time. As a result of busyness, sorry, I know you're trying to get on the quiz.
Sorry, I'm just doing the timings to make it easy for you. 1 hour and about 1 minute for when you want to play it to them. I doubt they're going to sit there at the wedding party.
Oh, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
The whole
just
thing.
put on the screen. I'm like, hey, watch this, everyone, at the wedding.
An hour and a half podcast.
So, because of the way timings worked out, I was away last weekend and could not get a haircut until literally Wednesday of this week. So that's one thing. Couldn't get my suit ordered and sorted until Wednesday of this week. It is only just arriving at the shop today for the wedding that's tomorrow.
Danger.
And what if none of it fits? It might not work. So there's still that excitement to go. And I'm getting him a present, but I don't actually have it yet.
Jeez.
Because I can't take it to the wedding. It wouldn't make sense to take it to the wedding. Like, it's too big to take it to the wedding. So I'm going to just give him it afterwards. But I have to...
Cow.
How did you know? He loves milk.
He really loves milk.
Loves milk. And he's...
There you go.
loves milk, and he's jacked, so he's all the protein he wants. So it's
Yeah.
like, double bubble. Just don't name her, whatever you do.
Yeah.
How did you get that in one go?
Mariah May.
Well, I ain't topping that. Let's do this quiz, baby.
This quiz about someone who could attend the wedding tomorrow. It's free as a bird right now. Our truth.
God.
We have done our truth quizzes in the past.
Officiates the wedding.
Yes.
I could see him doing that.
Yeah,
Or
I can see him.
rolls Danny up and wins the 24/7 championship as he previously done
Yeah,
at
of
weddings.
course.
Also possible. Danny has had that belt for quite some time.
10 questions, multiple choice, shout your name, wait for me to come to you. Remember, guys, it's just for fun.
For fun.
I hope if that stays on for the whole thing. Anybody who bet all podcasts, I would like to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anyone have all podcasts?
I bet not.
Nah, I bet not. I didn't. I sure as hell didn't.
I still don't. So we'll see.
Question number 1.
Come on then.
Who did R-Truth pin while they were sleeping to win the 24/7 championship? Was it Drake Maverick, Jinder Mahal, Elias, or Brock Lesnar?
Nicholas. My brain was shouting Jinder Mahal at me, so I'm going to go with Jinder Mahal.
Nice.
I don't know why.
There you go.
39,000 feet above the Red Sea or wherever it was, and the referee. 1, 2, 3.
There was some good bits from that.
There
It
were
was
some good bits from that.
crap era of wrestling.
Yeah.
But there
I
was
didn't
some
like it
good
when they
bits.
put it on
bits.
celebrities, but I did like
No.
the Drake, Jinder, R-Truth trifecta.
Yeah.
Was
Some of them really worked hard for those bits, like
Yeah.
the kind of
Drake Maverick made the
entertainment part.
most out of that goddamn.
Yeah.
You're not
Oh
kidding.
my god.
R-Truth recently revealed in an interview he almost lost his leg due to an infection after wrestling on which show? Was it NXT, Capital Punishment, WrestleMania, or TLC, Tables, Legs, and Chairs?
Good. Phil, Capital Punishment.
Nice.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Just thought it was a weird one for you to randomly throw in there, but okay.
What was it?
Remember they main evented that one.
I see.
Cena.
NXT something and something.
Capital Punishment, Mania, or Tables, Legs, and Chairs?
I mean, tables, legs, and chairs is calling me, obviously.
There's a bit of me that thought, can I get... And I was like, it's going to
Could
go
have
on
had
the obvious answer. Right? What is this, question 10?
Other parts of the leg, surely, that you could have put in there. Never mind. Tables, legs, and calves.
Yeah.
Tibia, which is the bone.
Tibia,
Tibia,
there you
legs,
go.
and calves. Legs kind of covers the whole thing, doesn't it? I don't know. NXT.
2 for 2, just like
you
Pontus Olsen in the chats.
Me and
Question
you,
number-
Pontus. We're going all the way to the top.
Come on,
Question number
hats.
3.
Come on,
Kick
hats. Hey, his old Philly 4 hats
That's
over there.
one weakness. Quizzes.
Yeah. Got all the knowledge, but they don't really like the pressure of the quiz.
R-Truth once regained the 24/7 title during an advert for what? Slim Jim, Skittles, Old Spice, or Dude Wipes?
Nicholas, it's got to be Old Spice. I started to itch in the middle of this podcast. I'm really itchy eye now.
Pressure of winning.
Yeah. So it's staring at all them hats. I'm like, I just can't do it anymore.
3 for 3 for Pontus as well.
Hello.
Question number 4. Who did R-Truth promise to eliminate?
He said Ponces there. Like this. All
Ponces-
Ponces all over the
3-0
world.
for Ponces everywhere.
3-0 up.
Who did R-Truth promise to eliminate from the 2020 Royal Rumble? Was it Andre the Giant, Paul Heyman, Michael Cole, or Slapjack?
Phil,
Gotta be
Andre the Giant.
That's the most on brand.
Yeah.
No, dear, that's wrong.
No. Who else then?
Paul Heyman, Michael Cole, or Slapjack?
Paul Heyman, because him and Brock had a little spell, didn't they? Truth and Brock. Yeah.
It was that
go.
infamous segment. You will go flying over the top rope.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Brock loved working with him as well, didn't he? I'm
Yeah.
sure.
He
I
laughed
think
a
he
lot,
just
and then
got a kick
I
out of
watched the
it.
clip again. He laughed a lot, and then he killed him.
Yeah.
Kicked his ass big time.
Question number 5. 4-0. What did Bad Bunny get from R-Truth in exchange for the 24/7 championship? I've kind of lent on it quite a lot for this quiz. Is it Stone Cold memorabilia,
You definitely had a thread for this, didn't you?
his DJ decks, tickets to WrestleMania, or Little Jimmy?
Ooh,
Just giving Little Jimmy.
Good custody of Little Jimmy.
Yeah. Phil, Stone Cold match. Yeah. I remember that one at least.
I forgot that.
I didn't remember that at all. I doubt I was watching.
We're at the halfway point in the quiz, which is, of course, normally where we take a moment to answer some of the donation questions that we've had in the interim. Thank you to Marcel Laviolette, as
Normally,
always.
yeah,
That's what we
how
always
gotta
do. We always do that.
Marcel says,
I was wondering where
there was Surf Shark out there.
I thought he was going to where we take a moment to remember the ones we've forgotten this year.
R.I.P. the
Remember the
AI
ones we
quizzes of Michael Hamlet and the Coyotes of yesteryear.
Marcel says, hey, Phil and Silly, the #1 ginger journalist, and Big Nick reaching for the briefcase. Which NXT PLE should Mariah May debut on? Enjoy this weekend. We will. You too, Marcel.
Evolution.
Ooh.
When is Evolution? That's really soon, isn't it?
It's around the Saudi shows normally, isn't it? Evolution.
No,
is
it's
a
only happened
make
once.
good. It was a make good, wasn't it? I was like, yeah, we're doing that. But,
one time. It's like counter-programming AEW, right? Isn't it? That big weekend of
July. It's
counter-programming.
the end of July.
Yes, July 13th. So
middle
July
of July.
14th, big day in the office for reviews. All in, WWE Evolution.
I smell
A shame if someone wasn't here for that and just leave it to the others. Huh?
Imagine that.
Anyway, either that or Spring Breaking, dude. Actually, that might have already happened.
Yeah.
You watch the show. I just
I don't know
watch
what
you.
I'll go Deadline because the Iron Survivor was the greatest new match.
I was just trying to think of one with a pun in it, and I couldn't think of any with a month pun.
Evolution, but she come wrestling names Eve.
Oh yeah, New
It's
Year's
like-
Evil.
She comes out with red hair.
Eva Marie.
Eva Mary.
Eva Mary. Eva Mariah.
Mary.
Mary. June.
Some May Slam.
Yes.
Good.
That's it.
Yeah,
Some may
that'll
slam, some may not.
Money well spelled. Oh, that's more spelled.
Money well,
Just
money
debut
well
right.
spelled.
Money well spelled.
Money well spelled.
She could just take a time
No, you.
and debut directly at WrestleMania.
Of course.
She did that tweet. She did the tweet.
Did she
Literally
do
that
the
exact tweet. It said WrestleMania.
I'll kiss Triple
And
H.
it was- no, here's
Triple
me
H, I love
kissing
you.
Big Paul.
I didn't mean to say
Hey, I'll have a Paul the neck on
Hey.
Sorry, people are complaining because I've said Spring Breaking, dude, and not.
You haven't done this.
Oh, bro, it's just like, dude, you get the best barrels ever, dude.
What is
just
it,
like
pitted?
pull in, and you just get spit right out of them, and you just drop in and just smack the lip, whoop-ah, drop down, snap, ah, and then after that, you just drop in, you just ride the barrel and get pitted, so pitted like that.
Speaking of dudes, have you seen that Simon Miller's going to be wrestling Matt Riddle? That's a thing.
Is that right?
Okay.
That's a thing, apparently. Can't think
right.
of a weirder matchup myself, but whatever.
Yeah. All right. Well, Miller has wrestled Mr. Blobby, to be fair.
Well, yeah, I think that makes more sense than this, though, to be
You think?
fair.
Is that Riot Cabaret?
Yeah.
I like the Riot Cabaret boys. Also, it's been pointed out by Pontus that Great American Bash is the day before. Sorry, the Great
I was going to say, what, sorry?
American Bash.
And
Do
God
you ever have any
bless
regrets about
the United States.
Never.
Never?
Great American Bash.
And Brian Weddig, he of the SmackDown Photoshop, says Vengeance May.
Vengeance
Good.
May.
Good.
And also hi to Dan the Grappler, who says, afternoon chaps, given their WWE booking, how sad are we and them to not have the Lucha Bros on the AW CMLL week this week? That pop would be biblical, yeah. They're in a better place now, so that's, you know. Saturday night's
And it's fine because we all know how much
event.
they love AAA, so that's a
Yeah,
good time
exactly.
too.
Got big
That's
plans.
fine,
Triple
that's
H.
fine, yeah.
Triple H.
Triple H. Yeah, sorry.
H. That's
Triple
That would
H
be-
Mania.
some big old banner, that.
Triple H.
And then it's just a YCH
ITCH.
on the H. We're rebranding. It's all green.
It's all great.
What was he, 4-1, I think, at the halfway point?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Question number 6.
Thank you for the intermission.
It's beautiful intermission.
Jules is amazed these hats have stayed on. by the
Me
way.
too.
Not more than me.
What surprising job did R-Truth do before getting into the wrestling business? This is the more light-hearted job than the, you know, dark side. Was it a fortune cookie writer? A chicken sexer?
Yeah.
A human statue?
Chicken sex is always a funny one, because you think,
Yeah.
like, my brain will always
He
go,
loves chicken sex.
what do you do? Like, you have sex with chickens? No, they get the chickens and make them make baby chickens.
Then they throw away
Also
the
known as
males.
eggs.
Chuck those in the bin. Keep them females. Screw you.
And it's basically just like money. Money in the bank.
So is it a fortune cookie writer, a chicken sexer, a human statue, or a stripper?
Phil, stripper.
Stripper. It's got to be it. Yes.
Or 2.
Just like we planned it.
Yeah. At least he's got something to fall back on.
Yep. Like a pole. or a lady's lap, or a gentleman's lap, whatever you want for truth. Tell me the truth, dance on mine.
Question 7. Who did... And you have to give me one of these options because I know you're just going to shout like Jinder Mahal or whatever if I didn't give you to say that.
Oh, I spent time on some options and I really want people to hear how funny I am because I'm Adam Wilbourn and I'm a genius. Oh.
Who did R-Truth once pin to win the 24/7 championship? Was it?
Loads of people. I
Enlighten
assume.
us. Enlighten us.
Was it the Easter Bunny, the SmackDown Robot, Santa, or the Queen?
They're all viable options. In fact,
E. All of the above.
correct.
No, dear, that's wrong.
That's unfortunate.
That wasn't my real answer.
No, but yeah.
That's not real answer.
Actually, that wasn't me with the guess.
That was the
That
Hat's
wasn't
answer.
actually. Yeah, that was the hat speaking.
Nicholas.
We don't listen. We don't talk to the hat.
See, there's some little funny outliers in here because some of these are true, but maybe not him who pinned them.
Yeah, I assume they're all true, but maybe
Like,
not
I
him
don't
who
think
pinned
he pinned the SmackDown Raw, but I think that was one of them presenters did that. You know, whether we should do that weird, the Fox team would be like,
Yeah.
So, Natalia, get it.
in here. They're all like hovering around the table like you've never seen this show in your life, and that robot is an idiot. Santa Claus. Yay! Right, okay, Phil, it's all you now, mate.
There you go.
Gotta get a draw now.
Played by
No pressure.
Come on, hats.
Bear
don't film me
Bronson of
now.
the Iron Savages, randomly.
Is that correct?
And that's the one we can talk about from the Iron Savages.
Is that
so
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I checked.
I did not know. Wrestling's hard to keep up with.
Yeah, he just announced his making a go of it on his own on the Indies or something, hasn't he?
Yeah,
I
good
think
for
he
him.
just put out a big tweet going like, "I'm ready."
Oh, crap. Yeah, Jesus Christ, the other one, yeah.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about the other
Oh,
one.
we do not talk about the other
God.
one.
Right,
hell.
Phil, all on you. Question 8. Who did R-Truth and Carmella beat in the final of Season 2 of the Mixed Match Challenge? Even if it's easy for me to say.
Yeah. Evie.
Is it Team Pause? That's Natalia and Kevin Owens.
Pause as in
Oscar.
cat pause.
Oscar. Oscar was good.
Miz and
Oscar.
Asuka.
That was good vibe.
Yeah,
Phenomenal Flair. Charlotte Flair and AJ Styles.
Less good
not
vibe.
them.
Less
Or
good vibe.
Jinder Mahal and Alicia
Alicia
Fox.
My God, I have no idea. What were the first two?
Natalia and Kevin Owens, Team Pause, Asuka and the Miz, Oscar, or Mahalisha. If you were gonna, pick, if you're out of the 4, and you take your pick out of them.
I might go with Mahalisha.
I'll tell you what, it's only got it.
Yes, well done, hats. That was all
Hey.
you.
Them hats.
You
Give them a
are
little.
right.
Actually, don't rub them. Don't touch them. No. Do not touch.
Well done. Little pat in the back. They're still there. They're fine. I'm only a little tilted.
I think Pontus Olsen has got all 8 right so far. Congratulations to you.
According
one
to
likes
the
to
chat,
show
of
off.
course. Well, according to the chat. I mean,
Yes.
Well, yeah,
I could
that's
message
true.
in there saying I've got them all right.
I can
Yeah.
Google things too.
I believe in Pontus, though. I think he's telling the truth.
R-Truth, Phil, once disguised himself as what to win back the 24/7 championship? A nurse? An ambulance? A pregnant?
A whole ambulance.
A pregnant ambulance.
A pregnant woman or a gynecologist?
My God. A nurse.
No, I wouldn't go that
No,
that route.
I was just thinking out loud there.
I see you just
Who would-
Who would a nurse care for?
Ambulance, maybe.
Who could a
Who
nurse?
would a nurse care for? An
Ambulance?
ambulance, probably.
Gynecologist. I think a nurse would care for a gynecologist.
No, I don't think she would. I think she'd be
The other
assisting.
one that I can't remember that wasn't one of the 3 that I just said. Pregnant person.
Tell you what.
Well done,
It's
hats.
Like, make
The
a Charles
comebacks
Ingram
on
over
here.
pulling it out of the bag.
I don't know how you're doing this,
I
Phil.
love that one on the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I'm thinking it's going to be option C. Oh, no. Actually, I've changed my mind. I'm going to go completely opposite to what I was going to say.
Oh, funnily enough, no.
So it all rests on this, and it's question 10, Phil. But it's a different question 10 than usual.
What?
As he jumbled it up.
Because
And also, don't forget, like always, you still can phone a... Seamless.
I used it
Excellent.
up earlier with when we were talking about Rhea Ripley and Stephanie Vaquero. I apologise.
Oh, yeah.
Question 10. I was looking on R-Truth's cage match page, Phil.
Of course you are.
See if you faced any funny opponents.
Obviously, like you do.
And I discovered that in R-Truth's first singles match on SmackDown as K-Quick, he lost to a wrestler called Val Venus, who's... what was his gimmick again?
He was a porn star.
Yeah.
With a cock.
Or no penis for a
Yeah.
little while.
Oh, no penis at the end of it.
Yeah.
He had one for a while at least. He had a good one.
You know, on this wrestling quiz, I want you to tell me which of these is not a real adult film actor's name.
Yep, of course. Makes sense? Simple logical steps.
Dedicate this one to my best friend. This.
A to B to C
Good
to
stuff.
Y.
Is it the one that's not a adult film star?
Not an adult film star.
Not an adult film star.
Good luck, Hat. I mean, Phil.
Your options are Bend Over,
Yep.
Classic.
Indiana Bones,
Yep.
He's got the hat.
Got the hat.
Wesley Pipes,
Yep. Good.
or I don't want to give it away.
That's how I feel about the pop that is it's like lingering in here. I don't want to give it away, but inevitably.
Or option 4, which of these is not a real adult film actor's name? At least to the slight research I can do on a work computer. So Bend Over, Indiana Bones,
Yep.
Wesley Pipes,
This is cheating.
or Tom Wanks. Thank you, Rocket 21. Yes, Barry McCockiner was very nearly, but he's featured before.
Good.
He's featured. Is that the rule? Is it? That's the rule.
Yeah, gotta keep. So it's Bend Over, Indiana Bones, Wesley Pipes, or Tom Wanks.
I'm gonna go with.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a big D, please, Adam.
Indeed.
A big.
Which
big
one,
D. A big. Tommy Wanks.
Brian Wedding making a very good point. Tom Wanks would be a terrible porn star.
Yeah.
Terrible. Oh no, I'm just here for
I
me.
wanna watch that.
Just for me, yeah. Oh. No.
Oh dear.
What we settled on one?
All
Tom Wanks. Tom Wanks. Tom Wanks.
Just realised it.
She's said it 3 times.
Just realised it's like Tom Hanks as well.
Yeah.
You've only just realised.
I just, it's like I was wearing all them hats and just had to go up and over.
My mom always says.
Life is like my dick. A box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Forrest Hump.
Forrest Hump.
Forrest Hump.
Starring Tom
Good.
Hanks.
Forrest Tom Wanks.
I'd say what if it's not,
Yeah,
or it's going to
good.
be by the end of this show.
Starring Tom Hanks. My stepmama says life is like a box of chocolates.
I'm stuck in the washing machine. Phil. Correct answer. Everyone's getting so happy.
Oh dear. The hats.
Oh.
Damn you, Tom
I was so close, Tom Wanks.
Well, in consolation, congratulations to the co-winners of this week's quiz.
Oh, they've all come off.
What's the point?
Let us know how you got on.
So close. Let us know
Not
how
like
you
that.
got on wearing lots of hats.
Yeah, in the comments section below, or on X at WhatCulture
Good, right.
WWE. Watch so you can follow. Or Matt Razor's written, I tugs you so low. You can follow all of us on X. You can follow Phil Chambers at
Fill my chambers. Ella Nicholas at.
Oh, where can people follow you? Okay. Well, you can follow me at Adam Wilbourn. If you want a Money in the Bank preview, there's one with me and Sidgwick available right now. But for now, this has been WrestleCulture.
Yeah, I'm going to put Money in the Bank live after this. It's as soon as
Thanks to
we're
them.
done.
Thanks to you. Bye. WrestleCulture just recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Wrestling!
Oh, thanks everyone. It's been a good end to the week, that. Oh, I'm sweating so much. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Sorry to Brian, who says I'm stifling laughter in an office. Jules says broken boys. Rocket 21 said Nicholas is broken.
This is why you can't hold them in. You gotta let them out.
Yeah.
Pops must go free, otherwise they're.
Yeah.
I was going to say acclimatise. That's not what I'm looking for. Accumulate.
Acclimaxed,
inside you.
yeah.
Acclimaxed enticed. Enticed.
Entizer.
Entizer.
I was trying to think of more Tom Hanks movies, but I could only think of Big, and there's not really much else you can change about that. That's just, I mean, that just is what it is.
What's your pitch? Big.
Sleepless in my asshole.
Jesus.
I'll stop recording. It's fine. Yes, Vanders, Shaving Private Ryan, thank you.
Yeah,
Shaving Ryan's Privates.
Yeah,
Shaving Ryan's Privates. Yeah.
You got nailed. Thanks, Ian Smith. I love this game.
Yes. That's
good.
That's good.
Trying to think of some now.
Ian?
Yeah.
I mean,
Castaway,
he's in
is that
Toy
anything?
Story, but we're not going anywhere near that one.
It tells his own story,
Yeah.
doesn't it? I'm thinking the Castaway, the Terminal.
Yeah.
Terminal doesn't sound so great.
Captain
though,
Captain
does it?
Phillips.
Captain.
Look at me.
Captain filled it. Captain filled hips.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So on Rocket 21 just written Boner Express. Blast Away.
Blast away.
Blast Away,
I was
yeah.
thinking of Castaway,
Yeah,
trying to think what I
yeah.
could do. Blast away is
What was the
good.
ball called? I was trying to think of something with the ball.
The ball?
Winston? Not Winston.
Oh, yeah.
What's the
Castaway.
ball? Castaway. What's it
Oh,
called?
Winston.
Winston.
Wilson.
Wilson.
Because it's got Wilson written on it.
Yeah.
Winston.
The Sperminal.
Winston.
Sperminal, says Mr.
The
G.
sperminal.
Sperminal.
The sperminal. It
God.
was right there. The sperm
Vanders
anal.
has written The Boobs, and I don't even know what that film is.
The boobs.
The boobs.
What was the one where he was the Mr. Rogers? Was that him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just called Mr. Rogers.
That works perfectly.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
God, I've just
Dot, dot,
typed in Tom now, and my
Tom Hanks
autocomplete
movies.
says Tom Wanks adult film stars because I was checking it wasn't.
Tom Hanks films. What else has he been in? Sleepless in My Asshole.
Oh, dear.
Oh, it's The Burbs for the boobs. Thank you.
Okay.
Well,
It's gotta be more.
that's your game for the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. And
Yeah.
then when you mention it in next week's WrestleCulture, that's when we go, sorry, we've just been, I think someone's spamming pornography into our chat.
By all means, tweet us collectively
Yeah.
with your Tom Hanks
Yeah.
rude film title suggestions, and we'll make it a bit
Yeah.
on the podcast. Not we do bits, obviously,
No.
Oh, yeah, don't do bits.
on this podcast.
Never.
But, well, I guess I'll go and do the admin. Anyone else got any last little Hail Marys they've got there?
Turner and Gooch,
Yeah.
Good.
League of Their Bone,
They're born.
Saving Mr. Wanks. That's the Walt Disney biopic.
What's the one he was in that's the remake of the...
The Da Vinci Load.
I mean, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I like that. What else we got? What else you got?
Batch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
Splash. Yeah.
Catch Me in Your Hand. It's good. It's a
It's
good
all
game.
good. It's all good stuff.
We could lose hours to this.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, this is the type of wordplay, punditry, bull stuff.
I can do it all you want now, or I've stopped
Yeah.
recording.
Yeah. No. We're
That thing
professionals.
you screw. Thanks to Brian for that one.
Yeah.
It's fun, this game, isn't it?
What is it? What is the man called?
Otto.
Otto, but the new
Coco.
one, the original one was called Ov. That's man called Coco. Good.
Good.
Well,
Same time next week?
Turner and Cooch.
Turner and Cooch. What was the
Oh,
other one?
yeah. Turner and Gooch was the
Gooch
other one.
was the other one.
Cooch, I missed that.
No, that's all right. You
The
go.
Green Mail.
Going back. Green
Green
Mail.
Filled in
Good.
Adelphia.
Filled in Delphia.
Good. Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any sense? Makes no sense whatsoever.
Apollo 13. I don't know.
Go on,